Laurel Sutton, Project Lead and Linguistics Director at Catchword. Let's talk about linguistics. Would you buy these products? These names might sound silly or strange to American English speakers, but of course these products were never meant for the American market. If the makers of Pocari Sweat, for example, wanted to sell it in the US, they would have done some checks to make sure that it would fly with American English speakers. The same is true for products made in America and sold overseas. While a name doesn't have to mean something positive, or mean anything at all actually, it can be disastrous if a product launches with a name that's unpronounceable or that has bad connotations in a target country. How do you prevent this? Catchword offers our own linguistic analysis service called GPS for Global Performance Scorecard. We rely on a network of native speakers of languages around the world to help us determine if a name will work in Europe, Asia, South America, basically everywhere outside the US. Right now you're probably thinking, hey, I know somebody who took French in high school, I could do this myself. Well, it's not that easy. To do a really good linguistic analysis, you need native speakers of the target language, living in the target country, with a knowledge of naming and branding, and who also speak excellent English. It's taken us years to find people like this. Our linguistic analysis asks questions about pronunciation, meaning, and appropriateness. We never ask, do you like it? Because the answer to that question is always no. Here are some other tips for how not to do linguistic analysis. Don't ask just one person. You're likely to get an answer skewed by personal preferences. Don't ask non-native speakers. Don't ask people who haven't lived in the country for a long time. And don't ask people who are not in the target audience. There are even languages you need to check for in the US, like Spanish, Cantonese, or Hindi, because there are major populations that do not speak English natively. Some estimates say that 35% of the population in California speak Spanish. Maybe the most important thing is interpreting the results. If 2 or more respondents mention an existing brands, that's a good indication that it could be a problem. If only one person mentions it, you might need to do some more digging on Google to find out if it's really relevant. Sometimes you'll get responses like, this name doesn't sound popular to me. That's an actual response on a project we did. What does that mean? Always ask for more details when you get a response you don't understand. The word popular here could mean simply, I have never heard this name before, and that might be exactly what you want. So just to illustrate, here are a few examples from our own work, names that we nixed because they just didn't work outside the US. Cosm. This is a truncation of words like microcosm, and it couldn't pass muster in Germany, where cosm sounds similar to the word for to vomit, kotzen. Rigo. In Mexican Spanish, Rigo means he screwed up. Not the best name for an educational toy. Gizmo. Japanese speakers would associate this with the word kizumono, which means a defective gadget. To sum up, here are the keys to successfully checking names in many languages. Use more than one native speaker located in your target country. Ask very specific questions about pronunciation, associations, and existing brands. Read the results carefully and don't be put off by personal preferences in the responses that you get. If you can't find native speakers living in the target country with a knowledge of naming and branding who also speak excellent English, call Catchword. We've been doing this for over a decade and we can check your names in just about every language you might need. You don't want to be the next colon. Thanks for your time. I'm Laurel Sutton from Catchword.